Today, I've got some hot alpha for you. I'm going to be deep diving into a crypto sector which has just emerged as one of the hottest sectors in the AI agent space. I know some of you right now might be feeling a little bit exhausted in the market, maybe even slightly apathetic, but I've got to say that right now, in my opinion, is the perfect time to be researching and getting in the trenches, because there are some very clear trends that, irrespective of the market, are primed for upside and definitely deserve your attention. Even though the overall altcoin market has been bleeding or going sideways as the market is searching for a North Star, which may come later in the month due to FOMC and Trump's inauguration, I still think a great use of your time right now is digging deep into the current hot on-chain metas of the market, like AI agents, and digging into the new launches, looking at how the trends are developing, because there's a lot of alpha to be extracted here. And here on the channel, I want to give you the earliest alpha and share with you what I've been researching. And over the past few days, I've been deep diving this sector called DeFi, spelled DeFAI, which is the combination of the existing DeFi primitives that we see in Web3 combined with AI agents. I think we're moving towards a future where AI agents are going to be completing a lot of our on-chain tasks autonomously, and there are some amazing new protocols which are cropping up, which I believe are going to revolutionize how people actually trade in crypto. And you're really, really early to it. So that's one of the reasons why I've been spending a lot of time researching, hours and hours of research over the past week, looking into this sector. And in today's video, we're going to deep dive this sector. I'm going to give you some of the top altcoins that I'm looking at from the new DeFi AI trend. And hopefully by the end of the video, you have a better understanding of this sector and you're well equipped to capitalize. So if you do enjoy content like this, where I bring you the latest alpha in crypto, make sure to click that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell down below. I'm kind of starting to go back to my roots a little bit more on the channel over the next few weeks of deep diving interesting sectors, going back into research. I think admittedly some of my content has been very macro heavy, kind of discussing Bitcoin and market quite a lot, but what I want to do is really deep dive into the market to help give you an edge. And this is one of the sectors where I think I can definitely do that. And I've been positioning in personally. So to begin with, to set the scene here about what DeFi AI actually is, let's firstly discuss how this AI agent meta came about. So firstly, we had the AI Memecoins. This was the first iteration of the latest AI trend, which started cropping up around November last year, where you had coins like Fartcoin, coins like Goat, and then obviously later down the track, you had a lot of the AI agents, so AI16Z, AIXBT start to launch, Zerobro, and these started to capture the attention of the market. So it started with just agents that were tweeting and they were trading like memes. Then we started seeing agents that were scraping X or building infrastructure. So, virtuals and AIXBT, which scrapes X and makes a bunch of posts, and AI16Z, which also has its own proprietary framework and is, working on launching its own L1. So the space kind of evolved. It went from pretty much nothing, just speculative AI agents, to agents that actually did something, to now the next iteration, in my opinion, which are agents that allow you to act practically. And for me, the most practical application in our daily lives that has the ability to accrue a lot of value via revenue are the agents that act on your behalf on chain, aka DeFi AI protocols. These are the protocols that can actually garner real users and I think actually improve our lives. Because at the end of the day, the projects that succeed the most in crypto and in the real world are projects with product market fit. So Solana is a great example of this. It has low fees, it's fast, it has high throughput. So it managed to capture the attention of a lot of retail and get product market fit in the trading space. A lot of people love Solana for trading. They trade Memecoins on Sol. They're trading a lot of these AI agents on Sol. Coinbase is very similar. It has product market fit. So the reason why I like what's happening in the agent space right now is because it keeps evolving, and now we're seeing applications that actually have a chance of gaining product market fit. Whereas the meme coins before, although they're fun to speculate on, they don't necessarily have utility and they don't have a way to garner actual network effect. So you see this post from Kyle here that says the undercurrents have shifted. We've finally moved past yappers into utility. DeFi AI, gaming AI, now more interesting than what was previously perceived. Time to start researching again. And that's definitely something that I have been doing. So what is DeFi AI? Well, at its core, DeFi AI is in a way a new era for DeFi. So for a long time, decentralized finance has promised to empower individuals with control over their own assets by bypassing traditional intermediaries and offering an open global financial system. Yet, for many, DeFi feels like a maze of complicated user interfaces. This is so true. I mean, last cycle, I was very involved in DeFi, and it's very complex. There's a huge learning curve. Borrowing, lending, swapping. Where do you get the best rates? How do you keep your funds secure? It's very difficult to navigate DeFi, and I think that's where the friction has come in terms of user adoption. DeFi never really grew maybe to the heights of its potential because it was so difficult to adopt as a retail user. And this is where DeFi AI ultimately comes in. Because it fuses artificial intelligence and DeFi together, you can basically have sophisticated AI tools which simplify that user experience, make it easier for people to use, and streamline decision making. So you can think of DeFi AI as an AI interface to DeFi to make things even more simple and easy. B, DeFi agents which can autonomously transact on your behalf. So you can have swaps taking place on your behalf. You can have an AI agent optimizing for the best yield at any given time for your stablecoins within your risk parameters. You can have an AI agent automatically updating LP positions, claiming the profits and reinvesting on your behalf. So you're getting paid passively every month or reinvesting every month, depending on your objectives. And C, you can have DeFi AI agents which research and communicate with you in order to feed you new information which can tweak your decision making. I personally don't think the AI agent narrative is a fad, because as a user of DeFi, someone that's been doing this stuff for years, I got involved in DeFi Summer in 2020 and was fascinated with, in the early days, like Maker, Compound, Aave, Ethereum staking, and then 2021 got really into like the fun Ponzi-esque stuff that was happening on Phantom at the time, on AVAX, on Polygon. As someone that's been there and done it, I realized how complex a lot of it was. And there were many times where I missed out on a lot of gains because I had to update my LP positions. And then one pool ended up, going defunct, and you need to switch it over to another pool and bridge it. It was so annoying to keep up with. Whereas now having agents that can automatically keep up for you, I personally see the use case. And that's why I don't think it's a fad, because you're unlocking a sector that is scary to a lot of people, but is the backbone of crypto. We all know DeFi is the backbone of crypto. DeFi constitutes any action essentially that is happening on chain. Decentralized finance is in essence what crypto is, maybe excluding Bitcoin, which doesn't have many applications on it due to its lack of smart contracts compared to ETH and Sol. But we clearly see the trend here. And you can actually see that DeFi AI, although it's very nascent, people only started talking about this a week ago. It's already started to garner a little bit of attention on X and YouTube. And I wanted to be one of the first to fully deep dive it for you today. And I will tell you up front, there's not that many protocols in DeFi AI. There are probably 2 to 3 proxies which look to be the most solidified leader bets. Then there's some lower caps which are emerging. Then there are some tokens which are kind of DeFi AI but are more infrastructure. So I'm going to give you the full lay of the land today, explain the entire sector, and show you the types of alts that are on offer and what they do to help you understand what it currently looks like. And because it's such a nascent sector, it's going to keep evolving. More protocols are going to be launching, and I'll keep you updated as I find them, because I'm going to be sharing a lot of those with you as I continue my research. I'm researching every day, and I've actually found this quite fun because I guess over the past few weeks, the market's been a little bit stale. So having the AI agent narrative and so much development happening on that side, A, it gives me confidence that when the market runs again, AI agents are going to perform really well, but B, it's kept me occupied, and I genuinely find this stuff fascinating. So it's been a really enjoyable experience to put my research hat back on and dig deep into these beyond just the standard proxy bets of the market, like AI16Z now and virtuals and some others, Goat, Farcoin, etc. DeFi AI and AI agent researchers are now both closing in on a $1 billion market cap, which seems like a big number, but if you actually map out the growth curve of AI agents right now versus the DeFi boom, this is nothing. But it could potentially be even bigger because decentralized finance was limited, as I said, in terms of user adoption. Once you have AI, and a lot of these interfaces are going to be as simple as going onto Telegram and interacting, you're basically combining the two, which creates a much bigger addressable market. So who knows, this Masari graphic, which you could see in front of you, this could be grossly underestimating the potential of AI. It could be not just a $70 billion sector like DeFi hit. What if it's $1 trillion sector? Personally, I believe that's how much potential it does have. Now, in terms of strategies, before I get into the altcoins, you basically have two strategies to play the DeFi AI sector. Strategy one, just buy the large cap AIs that are the leading proxy bets in the market. You can't really go wrong with this. Things like AI16Z, Tau, to an extent AIXBT, virtuals, although there are some flaws to the economic model, which we can maybe get into in a future show. And then for the DeFi AI sector specifically, there are a couple which I'll get into in a minute here, which are the general proxy bets for the market just because they are the leaders. Now, sometimes the leaders get replaced. Sometimes there's a new coin which becomes a leader. But generally speaking, you're going to capture a lot of the upside, maybe not the highest upside to a sector, but a lot of it just from betting on the leaders. Especially if you're more risk off, that is an option. That's strategy one. Strategy two is buying the smaller cap AI protocols that are building, let's say in DeFi AI. So these might be slightly more risky bets because they aren't necessarily leaders, but they're valued at valuations that you think relative to the overall market have a lot of growth left in them. So these are higher upside plays, but they're riskier. Now, I personally think always going for high beta plays, so strategy two, can be a bit risky because sometimes the leaders just keep on leading. So a lot of the time, it's great to have some exposure to the leaders of each sector. So what I would say is pick an amount based on your risk tolerance and your skill level that you're comfortable with. If you are a little bit more risk off and maybe you're not trading as much as me in the market, you might just go for the large cap AI proxies, AI16Z, Tau, virtuals, AIXBT, to an extent. I don't think it's as solidified as AI16Z, Fartcoin if you want some meme exposure, and some of the other bigger like AI protocols. That's one way. They're all going to benefit. Maybe they won't go up as much as lower caps, but they're going to benefit. And then strategy two, and we're going to cover a mix of both in today's video, that's going in the trenches a little bit more and investing in riskier stuff, so you have a higher chance of losing your money, but if you hit something, you'll make more. So I guess it's about picking an amount that's comfortable for you. Is it 70-30? Is it 50-50? All depends on your risk tolerance and skill level in the market. So now what I want to do is I want to break down the DeFi AI landscape and give you a feel for the tokens that are out there and some of the ones that I've personally got my eye on. So the DeFi AI landscape can be broken down into 1, AI abstraction, 2, autonomous portfolio management and yield optimization, 3, market analysis and prediction, and 4, infrastructure and platforms like wallets and loose infrastructure. I think the protocols which are focusing on abstraction and autonomous portfolio management, I think these have the most upside. I definitely think predictive elements like market analysis is good, but I think the base layer infrastructure that's actually powering a lot of these autonomous actions on change is a lot more interesting and higher upside for me personally, because obviously wallets technically are all going to benefit from more DeFi users, but it's not as direct of a bet. Today, I want to focus mostly on the pure DeFi AI bets as opposed to broad infrastructure. So currently, if you look at the market, there are 4 main leaders which most people consider to be the DeFi AI proxy bets. You have GRIFT, ANON, GRIFFAIN, and NEUR. These are the top 4. Breaking down what they do. GRIFFAIN is perplexity for crypto. ANON is a multi-chain chat-based DeFi companion. So it's the one that Daniela Sesta, you might remember him from Spell and Wonderland Money last cycle. He's back building stuff and has been teasing a lot of very interesting technology, which we'll dive a little bit deeper in today's video. Then you've got NEUR, which is also perplexity for crypto, but open sourced. Then you've got GRIFT, which is an all-in-one user-friendly DeFi platform with public access. And the interesting thing is a lot of these aren't at crazy market caps, so I'm not speaking about a narrative now that is, widely known. The majority of you guys probably haven't heard of DeFi AI, and even if you have, you've probably only seen it just over the last few days starting to gain traction on Twitter. So this is a nascent sector, but I'm all about right now researching the nascent sectors and these interesting use cases before they take more of a foothold in the market. Because once everyone is using them, there'll be less opportunity. The big opportunities in crypto are getting in early to new trends. So this is the lay of the land when it comes to the tokens in the space. Now, just remember, if you go into CoinGecko and look at DeFi AI, you'll notice that a lot of the protocols listed here aren't actually pure DeFi AI. And you'll also notice, if you know the space well, that a lot of really amazing DeFi AI protocols aren't even listed on CoinGecko. Like Mode is an example. They've been building DeFi AI for over a year. They're not listed here because they're reliant on CoinGecko or the team to actually add them manually to this list. So I think it's not as simple as just going onto CoinGecko and bidding all these coins randomly, because it requires a little bit of research to decipher, okay, what is actually real DeFi AI and what's just grifting? And in today's video, I'll go through the ones which are very, in my opinion, more pure bets on DeFi AI. And obviously there are protocols which are going to pivot and new launches which are going to come out. And I'm sure this space will keep evolving. As I said, it's really nascent. And as it does, I'll update you. I might add new coins to my watch list. Because I'm researching so much, I'm probably going to find new stuff almost every day. But today I'm laying the land for you to understand the sector a little bit better. So let's just go through some of these top ones in a bit more depth. I've skimmed over them for you, but let's go over them. So GRIFFAIN, this is probably the main one that ran first. This is basically a coordinated network of AI agents that help you take action on chain. If you look at the video here, you can see basically it can, buy and sell and swap on your behalf, basically like a trading bot, but AI. With this interface, and you can build your own agents to act on chain for you. It's not open sourced like GRIFT is, which I think is one of the benefits of GRIFT. I don't hold a position in it. I'll disclose throughout this video when I do hold a position in something, but it is obviously the leading play. And the thing is, the leaders in the market, irrespective of whether they're the best token or have the best valuation, there is something to be said for playing the leading proxies just based on how they react. AKA, when DeFi AI runs, if GRIFFAIN keeps running, then it's a good proxy, irrespective of if there's better tech out there. Another interesting tech stack, which is actually DeFi AI, is Limitus. This is a project that I've spoken about on the show a couple of times, and we were lucky enough to get a really good entry in the Mars High Club and from the YouTube video as well, which I did around 70 mil. It's now sitting at around 150 to 160 mil. This is DeFi AI because basically it takes over your device and it can execute swaps on chain, as you're seeing. It's basically running someone's MacBook for them. It's swapping on Phantom. It's doing a bunch of tasks. It can also take over your iOS device as well. So this is a little bit of a different approach. It's not a standalone agent, but it's an overall solution that can combine workflows to take over your device. So it's kind of like GRIFFAIN on steroids in a way, but I also understand it is a different target market that this is going after, probably more so enterprise use cases and people that need advanced workflows. They're probably going to benefit from this a little bit more. If you just want to open a swap, it's probably quicker to use GRIFFAIN, but nonetheless, it is a DeFi AI play. But you'll notice it's not listed on CoinGecko because, as I said, CoinGecko is not fully up to date with this stuff, so you need to look at it through your own lens as well and work out what's actually DeFi AI and what isn't DeFi AI. Now, another clear leading proxy alongside GRIFFAIN is Hey ANON. Now, Hey ANON is founded by Daniel Sesta. As I mentioned before, he was the founder of Wonderland Money. I'm sure a lot of you guys like me played around with that last cycle, and Spell, which once again, I'm sure a lot of you played around with that last cycle. He is back building, and he has created Hey ANON, which is a new DeFi AI protocol, which is actually very cool. It basically executes trades, allows you to get real-time crypto news, view your portfolio, and basically enables agents to take over all of your DeFi use cases across multiple platforms. So it's kind of a one-stop shop tech stack, abstraction layer for DeFi to allow you to act autonomously on-chain. Daniel Sesta here says, as DeFi AI is the abstraction layer of DeFi, only the best tech wins. Doesn't matter your logo, your marketing campaign. AI chooses the best, cheapest, and fastest. With Hey ANON, we bring that abstraction layer to all of our partner L1s and L2s, like Sonic on Phantom, for example. Let the tech decide, essentially. And based on what I've seen, the tech looks really cool. You can see a trading bot here, basically enabling you to enter what you want to act on chain, and then it basically has been swapping and depositing liquidity automatically for you. This is just one of the bots, but I'm sure a lot more is going to be rolling out over the next few weeks. This is one that I have taken a liquid position in. It has had a bit of a sell-off. It pumped when it was getting a little bit of hype on X to 18. It's now back down to 12 and is tucking back into the moving average here for anyone interested in the technicals. So those are probably the two proxies right now, like the biggest proxies, GRIFFAIN and ANON. And they're slightly larger in market cap. Now, one that isn't on CoinGecko, but I'm really surprised people aren't talking about when it comes to DeFi AI is Mode, because this is essentially what they've been building for. James Ross, the founder of Mode Network, says, everyone's focusing on DeFi AI. Convenient, we've been cooking it at Mode Network longer than anyone else. In January, we'll bring the Mode Terminal, which allows you to swap, stake, and farm with AI-enabled chat. The Synth subnet main launch, which has the most powerful price forecasting data for agents and LLMs, and much more. PS, a lot of grifters in the space now. Remember those that were here from day one. These guys, and you can look at what they've been publishing over the last year, have been building DeFi AI longer than pretty much any protocol in the space. So as one of the OGs, I think there's a good argument to be made. The market cap is still very cheap. I mean, it's compared to some of its competitors now, sitting at 94 million. You've got AI16Z, a newer protocol at 1.3 billion. And you've got some of these newer ones like ANON, GRIFFAIN, also sitting higher. So just in terms of market cap, I do like this one. And I've had a position in this one for quite some time. I spoke about it a few times on the shows and also in the Mars High Club. We got quite a nice entry on this initial breakout here at 0.14. At one point, it ran up 280%. Now it's sitting 135% above our entry, but is now retesting quite a nice support level if you're interested in the technicals. So I think Mode's being a little bit slept on, considering it's the layer 2 built exactly for DeFi AI. And I think it synergizes really well, and I do expect it to be added to CoinGecko in the coming days. It would surprise me if they weren't. Those are the main ones for now. I don't want to overwhelm you with too many protocols. I think these are the ones you can research further in your own time. In a minute, I'm going to give you some of the tools that you can use to research further. Over the next few days, I'm going to be probably finding new DeFi AI plays. The two that I hold exposure to are Mode and ANON from this video. GRIFFAIN, I don't have a position in personally, but as I said, if you want a leading proxy, it does make sense to me logically. In the Mars High Club, which is my Discord community, I'm going to be sharing new positions as I add them, because there are a few low caps which I'm looking into, which really excite me, but I'm just doing more research on them. And when I take a position, I'm going to post in the alpha channel. So if you are interested in the DeFi AI sector and you want the latest alpha there, which coins I'm adding, maybe some slightly lower cap riskier stuff that I don't necessarily want to speak about on the channel right now, I'm going to update all of you that are in the Discord there first. And this is definitely a sector which I'm digging really deep into over the coming days and weeks. And I'm sure I'll end up making a follow-up on YouTube at some point where I can update you with some of my latest picks, but all the early alpha is going to be in the Discord. So there's a link in the description below if you want to join. And I keep researching, my team keeps researching, and we keep digging deeper. But today I wanted to give you the general framework and the gist behind it. I also wanted to share some tools that you can use to research these better yourself that I think are really helpful. And in the link in the description below, I'm also going to have the links to these because it's going to help you find new coins yourself. Obviously, I can give you a fish, but I can also teach you to fish. And one of the ways that you can fish are by finding protocols on these websites, which I personally use. One is Cookie.fun. It has all the new launches, the top agents for mindshare, so you can see what's gaining traction. AIXBT, Fartcoin, AI16Z, GRIFFAIN, Rect. If you see something new that pops up, look into it. That's pretty much how I use it. Oh, is there something gaining mindshare? What is it? What does it do? Is it interesting? What creators are talking about it? Most people are lazy. So if you can do this yourself every day, you're going to be able to extract a bit of extra alpha above the rest of the market. Basically, finding gems in crypto does just boil down to looking. Just be actively looking all the time, assessing what's performing in terms of market cap and in terms of mindshare, and just research each one and see if things fit your investing framework. I have a framework on my Twitter as well if you go into the highlights tab of the questions I ask before I buy any coin. So you can quickly run through each of those questions and look at new coins and assess them and do DD on them. Another amazing tool is AI Agent Toolkit.xyz. This basically has all of the frameworks for each AI protocol and also the edge. So for example, ELIZA OS has the first mover advantage. Rig has high performance reliability and a modular design. So you can see all of these models. If you're really interested in the tech side and look through them, you can also see the GitHub total commits distribution, etc. So for those that are a bit more tech savvy or just interested in learning more, this is also a valuable website that I've found. And then GoatIndex is another one, which also has the mindshare. And this also enables you to look at the followers that a certain AI project has, the market cap, so you can do follower to market cap ratio, the amount of holders, which is a very valuable data point. If holder distribution is growing very naturally over time, that's a good sign they're building community, which is one of the prerequisites in my sheet that or the questions list that I look for. I'm also going to link that in the description, by the way, to make it easy for you. And yeah, you can tick that off, and looking at the holder growth can really help. So I like this as well. It also enables you to look at potential airdrop opportunities by looking at coins with no token yet. And you can also look at AI protocols which are launching soon but haven't launched yet. And you can also assess the recent launches to see if you can extract any alpha and get in early. Some of these I definitely have my eye on, but once again, I'll be sharing in the Mars High Club first because A, either I'm not ready, or B, I don't think the market cap makes sense for me to share on the YouTube channel just yet. All resources in the description are linked below. Hope you did enjoy this deep dive into the DeFi AI sector. It's a sector that I keep researching, and if you are a researcher yourself, I think there is definitely a lot to find here, and I think you'll have a lot of fun digging deeper into the weeds like I have. I'll see you in the next video. Tomorrow, we have Jason Pizzino coming on the channel for a bit more of a macro Bitcoin and market look, which I think is going to be really valuable for us to get a little bit more bearing on our current coordinates in the market, looking into what's going to be a pretty busy few weeks in crypto with the CPI data next week, Trump's inauguration, and FOMC. It's going to be crazy. I'd love to see Jason's take on the technical and cycle-based side. See you in the next one. Peace out.